Hey, what's up, all? How's it going? Thanks for tuning into the April edition of our Nerds of the Round Table. I know I haven't said it before. I know it's not round. It's square. I'm not that dumb, so sometimes I might be, but hey, what the hell? By the way, I'm Jamie. I'm sitting right next to Ryan, who I have kind of I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I really say it's a promotion or something like that, but he's become the co-host of all the podcasts now, so he's kind of the regular on the every single one. So
yeah, my scheme has worked.
Yep. So now we're all fucked. And then this week we are accompanied by Kurt. Good old Kurt. We had him on the last podcast, which didn't quite come into fruition, if I could
fruit
talk.
Roll-ups.
Yeah, fruit roll-ups. Didn't come into fruit roll-ups. But, no. So he's joined us again. We are just going to do some nerd talk, I guess, A couple different topics that we want to go over. One of the things we've wanted to discuss, but we haven't had the chance, is Legos. And I know we're all like kids at a candy store when it comes to those. We, especially this man here, Kurt, which you can't see me pointing if you're actually just listening to it on iTunes or whatever.
That guy right there,
hey,
guys.
they're like, yeah, sure. I know Ryan's always been a big fan, but he hasn't really bought them as much lately.
Yeah, they're too expensive now. Every time I'm at the store, I go through the Lego aisle and just wish if I sold my wife and children, how much money would I have?
Yeah.
I could probably get a few sets.
Few sets.
Pulled a second out in our house for the Millennium Falcon.
I'm thinking about it.
So this week, if you're watching course video, you can see it. But we are going to, of course, talk about that. But we're also going to build the Marvel Superheroes set. It's the Spider-Man one. It's Rhino and Sandman supervillain team up. So we figured, might as well build it while we're talking about it and whatnot. So I guess I'll open it up, and I guess while I'm opening it,
we should probably get an X-Acto knife. We want to maintain the box, just in case.
Yeah.
You're dealing with an appreciating asset here, okay? So, this is definitely a cool set while Jamie's getting the X-Acto. My favorite figure so far, the minifig-wise, is definitely Sandman, but I'll let Jamie get back to his business here.
No, go ahead and talk while I'm opening it.
No,
Hopefully.
this is a beautiful set, guys. It looks like it's gonna really have a lot of gimmicky things. I shouldn't say gimmicky things, but just some like trapdoor things, things firing off. You got Spider-Man and his little web. It's a very thorough set for the theme of it. So you gotta love Lego. Really proven to its fans that they do something very, very thorough. Yeah, a lot of good thought went into this. This is definitely a fanboy's dream right here, especially if you're into Spider-Man and the Ultimate Spider-Man show. Something's going on with Jamie's mic. So many nasty things are coming to my mind. Ryan just said it's too skinny.
My mic is too skinny.
Which,
it's too skinny.
Of course, all the unchaste thoughts are entering my mind right now. Way to keep this thing unadulterated. No,
I was trying to set you up for that's what she said.
You know what's funny?
I totally lost
Come
it.
on, man.
Oh, my gosh. I'm like an hour and a half behind my time.
The funny thing is I was talking to my brother last night, and my nephew's been watching all my videos on YouTube. He's loving my videos. And he goes, I actually had to lock him out of YouTube. I'm like, why? He's like, well, you've been playing a game called Shower with Your Dad.
Oh,
it wasn't quite appropriate for him. I'm like,
Yikes.
I forgot about
really
that.
A game Shower with your dad?
You got to go on there. Check it out. It's hilarious.
Jeez, man. What was the last game you had on? There was this one with this really cute music. It was like Maple Story.
Oh,
it was really cute.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed you watching it, playing it, man. You said some funny things.
Stardew Valley?
Yeah, that game looked fun, man. It looked like an NES game, dude.
It's a blast. It's basically was one guy. He spent 4 years making this game.
Right on.
And it is fun. It's a farming simulator, role-playing kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things to it. So
nice.
But it's a real fun game, and I just figured, I'm just going to make a nice long series, and
that's awesome, man.
it's cool to play, but it's a blast, and the music's interesting.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm
No,
fine.
I really dig these indie games, man. There's this one. It's like Kentucky Fried Stop or Kentucky Root something, and it has like a really good soundtrack. I remember this girl's like singing in it. You can choose like how the theme of the song is gonna go as this guy's trying to figure out his way. It's pretty awesome. I gotta find that actually. Anyways, so Jamie is opening up this set. Looks like we've got 2 sets of instructions. They throw in a comic book. The only bummer on that I can see is the stickers. I hate when Lego does the stickers. That's my humble opinion. I love when they do. They print it on the actual piece, but that's just me.
They've got a little cheap in that sense.
Yeah.
Is to me. Yeah. That's the way I look at it.
Especially when it doesn't come with duplicate stickers.
Dude,
Yeah.
nailed it, man.
So the
Nailed it, totally.
comic that it comes with, of course, is Spider-Man on the other on part of it. The other half is Ant-Man, which is interesting.
Is that to the
even
Ant-Man
though
set? The one we were talking about earlier?
So
Yeah, with Anthony.
With Anthony, exactly.
So yeah, it's nothing to do with this set, obviously, but that's one of the sets I'd like to have. Ant-Man,
Oh, yeah.
even the new one, the Giant Man one.
Oh, yeah. That
Oh,
thing's going to be
yeah.
awesome, man.
But I'm
And
excited
you,
for
and
that.
you build the figure too. Like they don't take it the cheap way and just give you a big figure.
Yeah.
Like you get to build the figure,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
the big clock, the clock figures you buy.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually, and it actually has, I think it has like more than 4 parts of articulation. I think the knees actually bend, the elbows bend. I know that the hands will actually grasp and everything.
Oh, nice.
So it's really cool.
Huh.
You get the nice flexion and extension of
Interesting.
everything, you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
Nice. That's awesome.
And what
So-
go ahead, James.
Well, I
Sorry.
was gonna say, someone want to start on the other one since there's 2.
Well, the way
and then
they
we
set
can
it
build?
up, you do it
Yeah.
one at a
Yes.
time, you know.
You'll
Yeah,
build-
but I figure
see
we
how
can build
you
it all
build-
together. Yeah.
You build this
build
half,
part.
and then this has like the rest.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you guys act like I've never built a Lego set.
Oh, I don't know, Jamie.
I mean,
I don't know, Jamie.
I'm just saying.
Actually, he does
someone
have
else-
some.
yeah,
He does
I
have
do
some Legos. He does
I do
have
have
some.
some. I
He
might
does
not
have
have.
some cool ones too.
I might not have like what you have.
Well,
But-
you're a work in progress, man. You know.
But no, I was
everybody's got
figuring-
their differential advantage.
Yeah.
You know.
I was figuring that while I build it, so we're not spending the whole time, on it. Someone else build the other part, and then
Yeah.
we combine them.
That sounds
You
good.
know?
Let's do that. then.
So, because this one here is set 1, and then we got set 2, and then
And then set
set
3,
three
you just
must
kind of
be-
add on. As as
that's the
it goes
main
towards
part.
The end.
Well, that's actually the main.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of the
this
beef
is
of
going
the
to be
set.
bag 1 and 2.
Yeah, bag
this
1
is
and
bag
2.
3.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice! You got a
So-
flat piece here. You got
Yeah.
sort of its own custom piece. You gotta love
Yeah.
when Lego does that, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
You're
yeah.
exactly.
dealing with something good here.
So we've got these sets. I mean, Marvel is all of them have been awesome
Oh
looking.
yeah.
There's also DC and Star Wars.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, for a while there we
Even-
had Turtles, but those unfortunately went
the
to
Mega
license-
Bloks
the
has
them
license
now.
expired and went to
Yeah.
Mega
It's a better
Bloks.
deal with Mega Bloks, man. The Ninja Turtles look sweet.
I haven't looked at them too much.
Oh, they're awesome. They're to die for, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a bunch of the Lego Ninja Turtles sets from Series 1 because they did 2 series.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
I have Shredder's bike. I have the Krang, like flying saucer with
Oh,
like Mikey is like in a prison. I have the lair that came with like little Splinter.
Oh, you got that.
Oh yeah, it was the only set that I could find that had Leonardo.
And it came with Splinter.
It came with Splinter.
Dude, was he like a
Leonardo.
minifig? Was he like the midget minifig?
No, he's a regular.
Like
He's a regular upper body, and
yeah,
then
but he's
the
got the
lower
little
body.
small,
It's
like the kid lower body.
no, it's like like in the old castle sets where for the princess they would have like the dress thing.
Yes.
Because Splinter wears.
He's got the robe.
like the kimono kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, not a kimono, but yeah, I guess more like a robe. Because he's got that, it gives you like that bottom set.
I love it, man.
Because in the new cartoon, the animated series that's out right now, Splinter's pretty tall.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
is.
he's
a lot
very
taller than
tall.
normal.
So, not to, I guess, this is a nerd conversation, a nerd podcast and everything. So, nerds are typically notorious for having ADD. So let's just make this, let's let it go, man. Ninja Turtles, this new show, thoughts, feelings, expressions.
You want our thoughts and feelings? We actually just did a whole podcast Wednesday night.
Wow.
It came out. Yeah.
I live
Yeah.
under a
On
rock.
iTunes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually listened to it again today.
Yeah, I posted it up last night.
Wow.
It was it's about an hour and 40 minutes, but it's all the Ninja Turtles. We talk about literally the whole franchise, but mostly focusing on that, and then also Star Wars Rebels. And actually, real quick, let me interject. If you're listening right now, there will be spoilers on all kinds of stuff we talk about. This is just straight nerd talk. There's spoilers,
Yeah.
spoilers. So, plain and simple.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a no holds
yeah.
barred battle royale of nerd topics.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, we talked about it on Wednesday night.
Oh,
we
man.
focused a lot, of course, on the
Man.
crossover episode.
Yeah.
What crossover episode? Just say it really
boy.
quick, and I'll watch it.
It's episode 11 or 10.
I think it's 10.
And it's the crossover between the current Turtles, and they bring back all the original cartoon Turtles. Voices, everything.
How did that go? How did that go?
I don't want to spoil it for you because you need to see it to see what it is. But
is it good?
It is one of my favorite crossover episodes of all time. It is how you do a crossover.
It's an episode to sell the entire show. Like, if
Yeah.
there's anyone out there that's a Turtles fan that is
Yeah.
still on the fence about watching the show, that's their bridge. Watch that episode
Oh,
and you'll
right
be fucking
on.
hooked.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That is greatness right there. I'll get on it,
What is
guys.
that, hair gel?
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
Lord.
awesome.
Nice.
I didn't see that
Nice.
coming. But then, anyways, what were we gonna talk about here?
Go
There
ahead
was
and
one other
dive in
thing.
there.
So, guys, I'm caught up with Walking Dead, the comic. Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to just kind of bring that up, just because I know we had our last long-winded conversation on Walking Dead, and unfortunately, that didn't really pan out the way we wanted to on our iTunes. But I wanted to just get into the comic because we're at a point now where things are starting to rev up again. And guys, remember, Jamie said it, Ryan said it. There's going to be spoilers here, so get ready. This is all chaser, all shooter, no chaser, I should say. Wow, did I F that one up? Anyways,
All that kombucha's gone to your head.
it's the kombucha, man. Do you know what? I kind of got buzzed off of this, man. This is definitely a kombucha ad, by the way. You can get this at Whole Foods, $2.99. Kavita Master Brew kombucha.
We are not sponsored at
We're
all
not
by them.
sponsored,
There is
but
no
this
sponsor.
Is your plug.
Well, it
There's
is
no
Earth
That's
Day.
what she said.
Yeah, it is Earth Day. There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
right.
recording this on Earth Day.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they support the Earth. So.
Exactly. All nonprofit here. So anyhow, things are getting pretty crazy in Alexandria again. Rick, of course, is still leading the pack there. Of course, more people are coming into Alexandria. It's expanding. It's to the point now where Maggie's still running everything at Hilltop. Things are starting to expand for her. They're joining forces. The kingdom is still there. It's still, keep the kingdom in mind. Something's going to happen with it as these comics progress. But Rick experienced another mutiny within Alexandria. Some people were upset about how things have been going down with the Whispers, which the Whispers is kind of the new group of saviors who are a little more sinister. Basically what they do is they take skin of zombies, wear them, and just kind of commingle with everybody like they're zombies, and then they take out living people that don't know them, so that that see them as zombies and hijack all their stuff.
Do they make Negan look like a pansy? In a sense?
In a sense, yeah, innocent. Which I'm going to get right to it. I'm just going to go from point A to point Z in about 10 seconds here. So Negan is not happy with how things are going. Well, first off, him and Rick, you feel like they've gotten a good relationship going. They've built up some good rapport. He's kind of got Rick thinking that he can trust him because Rick's giving him advice on how to lead the pack, okay? So something happens with this kid's dad, and Rick ends up killing this kid's dad, who's a resident of Alexandria. So this kid is he's pissed off. So we're running into that same thing again, where Carl gets his eye shot out, yada yada, like in the show and in the comics. So Anyhow,
Damn those Red Ryder BB guns.
totally, totally. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Exactly. It was just an icicle, Mom. No, but anyhow, here's what happens. So this kid, Negan's eyeballing this kid, okay? And he knows that this kid's like got some kind of contention with Rick. So he talks this kid into hearing him out. That's awesome. Is that Rhino?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. It's Paul Giamatti right there. He's not blue, though, like in that movie with Frankie Muniz. Why did I remember that?
Jesus.
Don't judge me for remembering that either. So anyhow, what happens is Negan escapes. He escapes his prison with this kid. This kid starts bawling to Negan. Here's the thing. What's cool about Negan is you always know what you're going to get with Negan. Okay? So this kid starts crying to Negan. He's like, oh, Rick killed my dad. I don't have a family. We're all alone out here. I can't trust anyone. He's crying, just sobbing to Negan. And he hugs Negan, right? And Negan's like, listen, kid. Man, I mean, you can't be a little pussy, man. Like, you got to get it together. You got to pull your bootstraps up, man. Like,
balls.
you got to be tough. Yeah, he said that too. You know, threw a few F-bombs in there, the whole thing. You know, he's back to Negan.
No, not Negan.
Right, no,
Never.
not Negan.
He doesn't use cuss words.
Yeah.
Right. Now, here's where it gets really back to Negan. So Negan's like, listen, kid, maybe you're just not cut out for this world. Takes a knife and just stabs the kid in the chest. And then at the end of the comic, you see him walking to where, basically he's walking to where the Saviors are still at. And that's it. So we don't know what's going to happen. You know, we could run into a situation where...
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned, because we might see the Saviors being led again by Negan, and then they're up against the Whispers, and it's gonna be an all-out mess. Somebody's gonna die again, of course. We don't know who, but somebody's gonna die. So Walking Dead is getting to be very killer again. So keep your eyes and ears on that comic, because Robert Kirkman's got something up his sleeve.
My
really
question
soon.
is how long are they going to be able to go with the show to stay along with some of the stuff, because it's getting even more and more brutal.
Dude, I know.
You know, and there's only so much you can show on TV.
Well, you know, but the thing is, this is how AMC sells us.
True.
They're gonna have DVDs and Blu-rays, special editions. You know, the highly anticipated Blu-ray with one extra 90-minute episode where it's just all commercials. No, I wouldn't do that, you know. But
God,
that was horrendous, man. That was the most annoyingest thing.
Yeah.
You know, that thing sucked.
And I've always defended them, saying it's normal because it's usually a commercial every 10 minutes. But that's the first time that I'm like, you know, this is outrageous.
It was ridiculous,
I mean,
man.
someone over here gets it illegally. No, I'm just kidding. But
he is kidding about that, by the way.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it pissed me off. I was like, this is ridiculous. This should not be happening.
Yeah. Oh, boy. So,
It's all good.
yeah, chime on in, Ryan. Jeez, man.
Go build some.
Yeah.
That's what it's here for.
I said you were Storm Shadow, not
You know?
Snake Eyes. You got a voice there, you turd.
Yeah, talk and.
Yeah, seriously.
So I told him last time, I'm like, on the Walking Dead one, I'm like, you kind of just sat there and
I know,
twiddled it.
man.
You just sat there with twiddling his thumbs.
All right, so Ryan, get us caught up with what's going on with X-Men right now. What's going on with this whole Civil War II thing and Secret Wars and all that stuff. I'm out of the loop with Marvel.
I'm about 6 months behind, actually, because
Oh, yeah?
I get all my comics on Marvel Unlimited.
Oh, that's
And
right.
they're still releasing the Secret Wars.
Oh, shoot, man.
So I'm going back. What was I reading? The Remender's Uncanny X-Force.
Dude, that was awesome, man.
I read volume 1 of that, so I'll be starting volume 2 here real soon.
So he shot the kid, right?
Yeah.
Phantom X is awesome, man.
Shot him, and then it went through the whole thing with Archangel becoming Apocalypse for a little while.
Oh, man, you're going to love it. Stay committed to that one, man. It is not going to disappoint. The payoff to that one is huge dividends, man. I mean, seriously, to this day, that is one of my favorite. It's just beautiful. The ending too is just masterful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it is definitely a how do I put it? It's almost Homer-esque, man. And that's a bold thing to say, but I just said it. I love myself. That's a bold thing to say too. And I'm Kanye West.
Whoa.
Actually, that's pretty bold.
Yeah, that's really Yeah.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
shut up.
He's pretty much admitting to butthole stuff then.
He likes. He
All
likes
right,
fingers
I'll,
in
I'll
his
retract
butthole.
that. I'll retract that.
That's
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Forget
So,
that I
Kurt,
said that.
I
Okay,
am
make sure you
learning-
edit this part.
I am learning lots of new stuff about
no,
you.
no, no. We're gonna
This is
edit
very.
this part. All right, friends, we're gonna do the nerd edit on that one, okay?
This
Kanye.
I don't go through and listen to the whole thing, so I might miss it by accident.
I hope so, please. No, I hope the listener misses it. How far are we into this thing? That's what she said. There we go. We're
He's
back on
got
track.
it. We're back.
So anyhow, okay.
He's back.
Back to Marvel and everything. So you're reading Remender's Uncanny
Remender's
X-Force.
Uncanny. I just finished the arc where the Captain Britain Corps
Dude.
sentences Phantom X like to death.
Yeah.
So Betsy saves him.
Yeah, with the
So I
dragon
j-
and everything.
Yeah. So I just finished that arc, and
Okay.
I'm coming to a close on that. I re-picked up Astonishing X-Men, read all the way through Whedon's run, and then I'm actually going to pick that one up because I never read past that anyway.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back and I'll be reading those. So that's kind of what I'm reading right now. And then, of course, a lot of the Marvel stuff. There's like 4 new issues that I haven't read yet. Well, not Marvel, the Star Wars stuff. So
Sure.
I think I'm up to like Darth Vader number 7, and they have like up to 11 on Unlimited.
And
Star Wars. Oh, I like it.
yeah,
I lo-
Darth Vader is tight.
Darth
man.
Vader's my guy.
Darth Vader's tight, man.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Well, we talked all
Oh,
about
yeah,
that
we-
last
yeah.
week.
Did you
quite
talk
a
about
bit.
that? That's cool.
We brought it up because have you watched Star Wars Rebels?
So I've watched all of season 1. Got into season 2. Dude, it's an. I just got to get the time to watch it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I like where it's going with Ezra. You can tell some stuff is going to really go down with that guy, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not going to be pretty.
Just wait because it gets really, really good. There's some surprise characters and all that stuff.
That's cool.
I would say if you do listen to our podcast, then only listen to about halfway through it and then stop because
Okay,
then
'cause you got some
you'll learn the
spoilers.
rest of it. There's some big spoilers
Oh,
on what
man.
happens,
God.
but it
Yeah,
gets
we don't
pretty
hold
epic.
anything back because we give like 5 spoiler warnings right at the beginning. We're like, we're just going to get right into everything. And there's a lot of spoilers because we're talking about
Awesome.
the season finale. So
That's cool. I'm going to
Yeah.
watch that tonight then.
it's
I'll
good.
definitely watch that tonight.
You could probably watch the premiere and then the finale of season 2 first and then go back and watch everything else because all the character building that they do in the interim from the premiere to the finale, you don't necessarily need all of that to
Okay.
watch the finale because the finale is very closed. It's very character specific. So you can skip it and then once you've watched, the premiere and the finale, go back and watch the rest of the season because it's totally worth watching.
Right on.
But just
man.
to get the gist of what's going on, premiere, finale, and you'll be amazed.
Sure.
Well, the one thing I'd have to say about that though is the second to last episode,
Oh yeah.
who that introduces someone from the finale. And
Cool,
it's
man.
a pretty interesting.
Cool.
It's not. It was a very unexpected. I mean, he heard about it before,
yeah.
but it's a very unexpected introduction and character to see,
I'm
and-
excited,
and
man.
how he plays into the story, and really how he's changed as a character. So,
I'm excited. You guys, you know what's cool about this? You guys talking about this? Like we know we love our things. We love our like me. I love these Legos and all that. It's very transparent. I get all passionate about this. You obviously you got your thing with Marvel and you love X-Men. Like that is your staple. Jamie, he's into the pop vinyl, all that kind of stuff. We've got our like passion things that we kind of have our little specialized secret power in, if you will, or in more extensive knowledge. But I just love how you guys are really passionate about like how Rebels turned out. Because you got to, from my standpoint, I was really apprehensive going into that show.
Oh yeah, same here.
Just because number
Way
one,
skeptical.
it was Kanan's got this mullet, man. I didn't like that. The other thing is the guy voicing. I hate Freddie Prinze Jr. Man. I hate his stupid wife. I hate his stupid movies from the '90s. I hate his coke snorting nose. I just
Holy
it's like
shit.
it's like
Holy
it's
shit.
like if it was Street Fighter,
Wow.
who would KO each other? The 8-ball or Freddie
Jesus.
Prinze Jr., you know?
Man, where
It's
did
almost a draw.
Did he cut in line in front of you or something?
He cut a line in front of me. No.
Cut a line, and you're like, I don't want to see that shit.
I mean, he's in Star Wars, man, you know? So, I don't know. Like, I have my reservations about the guy just because, Summer Catch and all those stupid movies from the 90s my ex-girlfriend made me watch.
I like that movie.
Oh, jeez.
It's about it's a baseball movie.
All right, well, I'll let you slide that time. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
But
We should make this a drinking game.
we could,
Oh
actually.
my God.
So, anyhow, watched
You'd
it.
be
Was
wrecked.
very pleasantly surprised
Honey,
with
I'm not
how
gonna
things worked out. But I really love how it connects the Clone Wars TV show to A New Hope, basically. Like, it totally validates everything that took place in the Clone Wars, and it's bringing us. It's carrying us up to A New Hope. And I love that, like, Ahsoka's actually she's a character on it. She's a character on it.
Oh, yeah.
What's his face? The clone guy with the Rex. Dude, I loved Rex on Clone Wars, man. And he's back. And he's got a gray beard.
Oh yeah.
That's
He's
cool.
old.
He's
He is
old,
old,
but he's got the
which is
gray
awesome.
beard accessory. They got the big walker with all this stuff just hanging from it, you know? Like it's just some beat up old truck like Large Marge and Pee Wee's Big Adventure, man. This is just an awesome show. I know there's big themes that go on in it, and there's things that are really profound that lead up to A New Hope, but something that I love is like little details like that. But my favorite episode I've seen so far is when they found the B-Wing. They found the B-Wing ship, and what's-her-face was flying around, and it was just tearing it up.
Yeah.
And you actually saw the B-Wing in its full capacity. And I always loved that ship. And it was just nice that the B-Wing got a nod.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
We didn't even talk about that, really.
No,
I
we
mean, that
pretty
was-
much focused on the finale, and then we talked a little bit about the characters.
Yeah, and how it led into the whole series and, you know, all the different, you know, movies and kind of all that kind of stuff, how it fit. Yeah.
That's
But-
cool.
and
Yeah.
some Clone War stuff and all that. But yeah, I didn't even think about the B-Wing. Yeah.
It just
That's
the way they set it up. If you
Mhm.
watch how the what's-her-face flew it around and everything, and you hear the music, it was just really well put together, you know? Like, it was just, I don't know, man. It was like watching a horse in its full gait running it, charging at something. It's just like, oh my God, that's cool. I don't know. That's kind of a weird analogy, but
No, it's
it was
good.
just really neat seeing this beloved ship that I always had this thing for, you know, finally flying around its full capacity.
Do you have the Lego?
I don't have the Lego, man. I don't. I missed it.
Oh, there will be
I
another one
missed it.
soon.
There will be another one soon.
Two or three more years, it'll cycle back
Yeah,
through and be
for
even
sure.
better.
We'll see what happens with Rogue One. I heard Slave One is actually a Lego set for the Rogue One series. That's a big spoiler, I think. But hey, that's what we're all about: spoiling things, ruining your life.
yeah,
That's what it is.
rumors,
That's
all
what
that
we do.
stuff.
Yep,
So
she dies at the
Don't-
end of $1 Million Baby.
And if you are listening to this and you want to point out stuff to us, go ahead, put it in the comments. We're nerds. We know
Yeah.
how it is. We're all passionate about it. We don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
It is. Just don't get too fanboyish on us. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's, you know, that's not what we're about. We don't want to be the fanboys. We like to talk about the shit.
Yeah.
We like it all. There's all kinds of stuff. There's stuff we don't like. I mean, just, you know, Ryan over here didn't like 75% of the stuff out there until I was like, dude, give it a shot.
I still don't like half the time it comes out. I'm like, that looks stupid. I'm not going to see it.
And then I'm like, dude, you need to see
Just
it.
watch it.
You
Fine.
just watch
oh,
it.
that was
And
amazing.
he's like, I loved it. And I'm like, see? I
Like
told you.
Teenage Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I don't
Yeah.
care.
But and speaking of that, I don't want to go too much into it. And just because of the fact that, well, for one thing, we're building the Spider-Man set just because he is such a big integral part to what Civil War and everything's going to be about in that
Oh,
sense.
nice segue, man.
But I want to get the segue away from it to a sense because next week we have the podcast which is focusing on Civil War. So give a kind of whole episode of all about Civil War stuff. So I don't really want to dive too much into it. But as you're listening to this, we are building a Spider-Man. I chose that because of Spider-Man joining the MCU and all that. And everything that's kind of involved around it, I figure we can talk next week. You know, the movie, you know, the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie, all that stuff, you know. deal with that next week. So we're not trying to skip over it since I know we're just talking nerd stuff and all that, but we got a whole podcast next week for it, a special edition one. So stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think we're going to really...
You'll hear a lot more about how I don't care about Teenage Spider-Man.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to hear that, actually. I can't wait to hear about that. It is going to be a rage, man. I know it, man. Oh, man. The Switchblade is coming. I see you shining it, man.
So
that's awesome. Speaking
of team-ups and enemies and friends fighting friends, I guess it's kind of it's still on the top of everyone. Everyone's talking about it. Batman v Superman. I know we've already done a podcast. We've already said our stuff, so we're not going to give reviews and all that. But we didn't do it with you.
Okay.
So kind of give us our, we've already dove into the whole movie front to back, but kind of, your take on it and how you feel and all that stuff.
Okay. Okay, I'm on the spot here, man. All right, so... Oh, my gosh. Hey, Sally Field. No, so anyhow, Batman versus Superman. Well, I'll start this off by just kind of playing devil's advocate, okay? Because I know this movie really set up high expectations to Joe Public, and I understand. You finally have two of the most popular superheroes finally sharing the big screen with one another, okay? And then you have the notion of here comes Wonder Woman, and then here comes you know that Zack Snyder's making this thing, okay? So we've seen 300, we saw 300 Rise of Empire. I love both those movies. I thought the sequel was actually really well done.
I saw you.
We saw that together actually.
Yes.
I
loved it.
Nerds.
I personally love I love Zack Snyder. The only thing I didn't like about Zack Snyder was Sucker Punch. Although actually, you know what? I love Sucker Punch if you mute it and play some Dokken in the background. That's how you got to watch Sucker Punch, man.
The son of Wolverine?
What's that? Yes, exactly. In my dreams, Dad, I killed you. Anyhow, so I get it that there was really high expectations, and when you have these two iconic superheroes sharing the big screen together, the expectation is, oh my gosh, this thing is going to be just full on, just all out action. It's just going to be on. You're going to be on the edge of your seat. It's going to be just this roller coaster ride. This is going to be something that's going to really one up everything we've seen in the Marvel Universe. And this is going to be something that's going to be just really, it's going to be a game changer.
It's going to be epic.
It's going to be epic.
Straight epic.
And the movie really was, let me put it to you this way. The movie felt more like Blade Runner than it did The Matrix. Okay, and I get why people didn't appreciate that, because Blade Runner, I love that movie, and that movie is always going to be number two. Next, it's going to be either number one or number two. I mean, that thing is like racing for number one, like my male pattern baldness back here. It's like which one's going to get to the back first? Which side?
It's a race.
It's a race. It's a race. It's a race. So I get where the fans are coming from. I get why there's a lot of disappointment. I get that we shouldn't have had Doomsday in this movie right out the gates. That's kind of a bold thing to do right from the get-go. I get that we shouldn't have had Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. We should have had what's-his-face from Breaking Bad. I understand. I know where Joe Public's coming from, okay? Now, on the flip side now,
Trying to be quiet, man.
I'm going to give my review to this one. And these guys are awesome. I love it's like I start talking about Superman and Batman, and these guys just like, okay, let's tune them out and play Legos.
No,
I'm totally kidding. I know, I'm just being a
it's like a
jackass.
soundtrack.
Wow.
It's like a nerd soundtrack.
No,
I
I'm
feel-
just kidding. I'm being a
I put this
jackass.
I
on
feel like
and then
a
have
complete
sex.
asshole
You know,
all
it's
of a
like
sudden.
That's
playing
cool.
the song before while you have sex.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm giving you guys a hard time. I'm
like,
giving you guys a
wow.
hard time because this
Talk
is. I
about
know I'm getting
Superman
kind of
and Batman while I play with these Legos.
their Spider-Man theme.
Bow,
I love
chicka,
Marvel.
wow.
Oh, jeez, Jamie said it. I love that it's Jamie that did that with his creepy beard, you old man, you old
Yep.
creepy buzzard. Anyways, okay, so back to Bats versus Soups.
It's your side, man.
Wait, hold on.
Go on,
We're
go
just
ahead.
gonna take. I bought this set for all of us to build during the middle of it, so I'm not
We're
going to
all
sit
just
here.
waiting for it. Hurry up and
it's
build it,
like,
dude.
Hurry up and build it. Come on,
Fuck.
just
All
build
right,
the
all
fucking
right,
thing.
all right. Where's
Jesus.
I love this. I love seeing
God,
Jamie like this.
He's starting to lose his nerd card over here. He's like, build it. I'm like, no, I'm just not sitting here. I'm paying attention, but I also want to talk at some point too.
No,
so,
it's all good.
you know?
That was kind of the reason why I interjected like that, to get
I've
you guys.
built this
I don't want to
set
just hear
before.
myself
I
talk. I
know.
want to get
My
you
son
guys.
has this.
Yeah.
I've built this set
So-
before, so I don't want to take the fun away from you other Lego guys.
That's awesome. I'll join you guys in a minute here.
Yeah.
So I'll get back to Bats versus Soups here. So I get where Joe Public's coming from about being. Oh, nice! I get Iron Spider-Man. Iron Spidey, awesome.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Yeah. Squirrel. Oh my God. So anyhow, so I understand why there's a little bit of contention on the fan or just on Joe Public's side of things. I feel like this was obvious. This was a movie to me that was obvious for a lot of the fans of the series, in my opinion. Me being a fan of it. Superman has always been my favorite superhero since, gosh, I can remember. I mean, I remember being 4 years old and having the big giant-sized coloring book and flying around, pissing off my parents, all that stuff, jumping on stuff, jumping
Hey, you
off
can't
things.
say giant size. That belongs to X-Men.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you're right. Yep. I retract that.
You
Oh
just
my
got
God.
sued.
I got
You just
sued.
got
That's
sued.
right. That's right.
Years.
Here comes Fox. Fox is going to take me down, man. So anyhow, so going back to Bats and Soups, I really love the movie. I really have to say I loved it. And I know that many people did not like it and didn't appreciate it, but I really saw the beauty in it. I think as time progresses and we get kind of watered down with more comic book movies that are just going to be blasé, I think people will look back on Batman versus Superman and go, okay, I get it. This thing was supposed to be like a drama. This thing was supposed to be something a little more depthier than these other comic book movies. What I think why I liked it so much was it really had the tone of Watchmen. It really felt, you really got that bold sense of, it was just really dark, and I really liked that. I really loved Ben Affleck's
Because real life is dark.
Exactly. Hence why
is.
more people favor Batman than they do Superman. I mean, if you look
Or
at it out there,
Spider-Man.
yeah, right. Teen Spider-Man and Homecoming. Oh,
Fucking
note,
dude.
hey, you know what's crazy about this? And this is my ADD going off, and I'll go back to Bats and Soups. That girl on the Zit commercial, Zendaya, you'll see her in Zit commercials, Proactive
Yeah,
infomercials.
she's
She's going to be
Disney
in this
Channel, yeah.
thing. Yeah, she's going to be in this thing.
In the Homecoming?
In the Homecoming thing.
Oh yeah, she's
The girl in the Zit commercials.
there.
The hot
God,
black
which play?
teenage
I
girl.
can't remember which.
Is that
part
what
they
she
were
is?
Talking.
She's like, yeah. Mhm.
She's mixed. I don't think
Yeah.
she's full on, is she?
Uh,
I think she's mixed.
they have because she's on the Disney Channel, and they'll have the parents come on and talk about their children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before this turns into a South Park episode,
Before
let's,
one of us gets sued.
or we get sued, let's go back to Bats versus Soups here. So I tell you what. After seeing this movie, I really, really have to say it helped me to appreciate these superheroes, and not just DC, but Marvel, all of them as a whole, okay? I'm not going to be that guy anymore who's going to be, oh, DC's better than Marvel or Marvel's better than DC. I'm done with that. I mean, these are characters that I love, okay? I can understand, Rolling Stones versus the Beatles, that's a given, any day of the week, man. I'm all for Rolling Stones and everything, but that's my humble opinion. Anyhow, the thing that I really loved about Batman versus Superman that was a nice piece of character development is they really played on both characters' not objectives, but their motives, okay? And this is the cliche thing we all know about, and that is Batman is driven by vengeance. His whole life, he's been driven by vengeance. That's why he dresses up in this suit. That's why he's got all these gadgets. That's why he's out in Gotham. He could easily get out of Gotham. He's got the money, but he stays in Gotham because he's just driven towards vengeance and his and doing away with crime and preventing crime and doing all these things and teaching criminals a lesson, but it's all vengeance driven because he witnessed his parents being murdered right in front of him.
True.
So that's gonna piss you off. That's gonna do something to you.
Well, I always
deep
liked the
down.
version in the comics where he doesn't know who killed his parents.
And
I
that's-
prefer
yeah.
that aspect of him.
Yeah. And so that's a good point, man.
Unlike the show Gotham,
Right.
spoiler, he does find out who kills him.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
guys are spoiling everything, man.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not caught up on
we
Gotham.
warned you people.
Yeah.
You
we warned you.
We warned
And we
ourselves,
get-
and we're
we-
still
yep.
here.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
my own damn fault.
Yep. Oh, man. Now with Soups, here's the thing that I loved about this that they brought out. Now you got to remember, Soups. He was born on Krypton and everything. Krypton was blowing up, so his dad sent him a little spaceship as a baby down into Earth. He landed in the middle of Kansas, and he was parented by Jonathan and Martha Kent, and these are like really your steak and potatoes, cornbread, just all American people that are they're just very loving people. Okay?
Yeah.
And they really taught him how to be humble and everything, and he appreciated his upbringing. Superman was flawed and everything throughout his upbringing, of course, but his parents, he really had a good background. Okay, he had good parenting, and the beautiful thing is he knew they weren't his real parents, but because he was so grateful that they took him under they took him under their wing.
Mm-hmm.
He's driven by hope. He's driven by the future. He's driven by what's to come. And you always see these great speeches in these movies with Superman, the really cool, majestic background music. And you'll hear Russell Crowe say, "You're going to create this ideal, and the people, they won't understand you, but then when they do, they'll follow you into the sun," or some epic coolness like that. You really get that in this movie. You really feel that in this movie. And there's this really cool scene that I loved. It was kind of this montage scene where they're talking about Soups, and they're talking about like, hey, let's look at the good things he's done. And this music, that really beautiful piece, it's I think on the original soundtrack it was called "What Are You Gonna Do When You're Not Saving the World?" They do this piano piece playing towards this scene where he's basically they're just flashing to all these places, these people he saved. Like there's that scene where he flies to Mexico and it's the Day of the Dead, and there's all this building's on fire, and these kids are screaming, their dogs are barking. I mean, it's just a big nightmare, but he saves everybody. There were no casualties or anything, and he comes down, and all these people are touching him. They're all like, "Oh my God, Soup saved us, yay." So beautiful. Then there's a scene where the rocket ship launches, blows up, but then you see Superman fly down with a little pod with all the astronauts in it. I know it was a CGI'd scene, but dude, it was just the feeling that was conveyed in that was just so beautiful.
And then it shows that he's international too.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not
in
partial.
Mexico, he's in Russia.
Yes.
He's not just in Metropolis.
Thank you. And that's what I was going to lead to. You segued right to it,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Dude, you're totally cool, man. I'm glad that somebody gets it. That's the beautiful thing about Soups. He's totally impartial because he wasn't brought up with that. He's an alien. He can't be partial. There's nothing political. I mean, yeah, he'll talk about, truth, justice, the American way, yada, yada. But, dude, he's really not partial towards any countryman or any race or tribe or creed or whatever, And that's the beautiful thing about Superman. Now, let me get to Wonder Woman. This is the cool thing about Wonder Woman.
I think we'd all like to get to Wonder Woman.
That's well said, man. That should be on a T-shirt. That's our next T-shirt. That's our $1 million right there. You get me on the patent now. Anyhow, Wonder Woman was really cool because I like that and for the short period of time we got with her, they really emphasized her whole thing is, hey, don't judge a book by its cover. I may be this hot chick and everything, but don't misjudge me. You don't know where I came from. So the thing that I really loved about this, I'm just trying to get right back to, we can get on to another subject, is it just adds up to why I love these superheroes so much. These superheroes, all three of them really taught me a lot about myself. And that is, with Batman, you're driven by vengeance, but you know what? When you fall down, you pick yourself back up, and we see that in the Bale movies. We did see that in this movie. We'll probably see that in more movies to come, but that's the whole theme with Batman, you know. Don't just be driven by being pissed off. You know, if somebody knocks you down, you get back up, you know.
Yeah.
Soups is all about just being impartial, you know, really be honest-hearted with yourself, and don't forget about your innocence, man, because your innocence is really what's going to help you learn to love people and really help keep your friendships edified. And then Wonder Woman, sometimes you just can't care what people think, you know. Sometimes you just have to do what's best for you and what's going to help you be successful. And you can't let people and their misjudgment of you affect what you're going to do in your life, you know.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, you get that through. You're reminded that a lot of these comic book characters in Marvel do lean on that. So that's the big takeaway that I got from Bats versus Soups. It wasn't so much to me, you know, oh my God, it's an action flick. I got it. Oh my God, there's this. My favorite scene is this, that, and the other when Batman did this and that. No, it wasn't about that. It was really just the underlying theme, kind of like Blade Runner. You know, we all want to meet our creator. You know, these replicants, they want to meet their creator. They want more life. Everybody else does too. You know, so that's what I got out of it was the philosophical theme from Bats versus Soups. That was the big takeaway for me, and that's why I felt like it was. I don't want to say epic because that's just a word that's. I use that with everything. Oh, this Lego set's epic. Oh man, this action figure is epic. You know, this comic's epic. Oh my God, Ryan's goatee is epic, man. Jamie's beard's epic. You know, this movie was like. I'm gonna say it. It's majestic. It was just really. It was beautiful to me. It was a work of art. Is what it was for me. So I loved it. Now I know that like Doomsday and was kind of rendered and everything, but show me a movie even that Marvel's created where the bad guy's not rendered. You know.
Almost all of them.
Exactly.
Well, actually, almost all of them aren't.
Well, think
rendered
about
to a point. I mean, except for Thanos.
Thanos, which we haven't seen yet. We don't know
him,
yet.
We saw him in the
but the story,
credits and
the
stuff
story.
like that. Yeah, we haven't seen his main part. Yeah.
But think about and I'm not. Gosh, I hate to do this, and I'm not trying to compare Marvel and DC, but look at Ultron. You know, that thing got rendered. You know, there's so many different versions of Ultron. You know, I can't remember which one they're going for in this movie.
I don't know if they did it the same as they did Hulk, because you know Hulk is different. Was done different. He's done by mocap. It's not rendering. It's not CGI. All that stuff. It's mocap.
Oh no!
So
I'm talking about the story. I'm talking about the story,
rendered.
like their background story and who they were and everything.
Yeah.
You know, like
completely different.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
Ant-Man.
Yeah, totally.
True.
Totally, man.
Yeah, Ant-Man was of course different, but they had to. They also, the way you got to look at it is they got to fit this stuff into the timeline to work it out. Like,
exactly.
You know, Ultron was created by Ant-Man.
Right, exactly.
You know, so why, you know, how do you bring him in afterwards? Well, you got to find a different way to create Ultron, and then find a different way to.
Well, and they knew that they were going to do an Ant-Man movie. They could have easily had Tony Stark say, "Oh, you know, I've been looking at that old file that that we had that was Hank Pym's. Boom, you're done.
Right,
you're
boom,
welcome,
you've got
America.
it. You've got it." My point is, show me a comic book movie where the villain, their story, their background hasn't been rendered. If you do, buy yourself a lottery ticket. You've won.
Where we don't know the backstory?
Well, if you know the backstory and it rings true to what the comic says.
Oh, okay. Dark Knight, Joker. No origin.
No origin. Good job. Go buy a lottery ticket. You've probably won.
Good point. That only took 40 minutes.
That is cool. So that's my take. I could go on and on.
I got a microphone in my face too.
Yeah,
it makes it a little difficult. That's the thing.
He's cool, man.
I'm tagging you in to do the next part.
Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, I could go on and on about Bats versus Soups, but that's I wanted to just point out what I took away from it. And I know that people have their opinions on it and everything, and you know what? My opinion is my opinion. It really doesn't matter, but I do encourage some to just watch it again and go into it with that mindset. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and you'll really appreciate the movie much more than what the TV ads portrayed it to be.
Yeah.
And kind of want to build on what you're saying there, Kurt. I didn't want to interrupt you and break your stride there because you were on a roll. And it was, like I said, it's like, we're all nerds. So that's like it's like a soundtrack
Right
to our
on.
life. So I don't want to jump in and stuff, but I'm a Batman guy. I don't like Superman at all, really. And you also know that I didn't like Man of Steel. I fell asleep like all 9 times I tried to watch it.
That's right.
Watching this movie, even though I thought Affleck's performance as Batman was superlative and the Wonder Woman was like my favorite part of the movie, the character that I found myself rooting for was Superman. Like I wanted
Really?
Superman to win. Like I was hoping that Superman was going to save the day and all that. And we all know what happens to him at the end and everything.
Sure.
But I think that he accomplished his goal, you know? He finally inspired the people that he had to inspire. His death, and that's in quotes, his death is finally what brings Batman out of the darkness. This movie is not subtitled, but subtitled Dawn of Justice for a reason. And everyone says,
The Dong of Justice.
The Dong of Justice.
That's your nickname.
Sorry, I've been
That's
watching-
your nickname,
I've been
Ryan.
watching too much.
That's what your wife calls you.
Oh,
Bring me
if
the
only.
Dong of Justice.
Let's
Oh,
balance the
man.
scales, Ryan.
Oh, boy. If only. Oh.
Got two
jeez.
dumbbells to balance the scales.
we just went from Batman v Superman to Riot's sex life.
Wow. All right.
That's kind of scary. Anyways, go on,
All
Ryan.
right.
You're on a good roll, man. Let's do this, buddy.
Yeah, now that's not true, and now I kind of want to kill myself because I wish that it was. No, hold on, let me recover.
So you were talking about Dawn of Justice,
Right.
What-
So everyone's coming out and being like, "Oh, this movie didn't have any hope, and there was no fun to it. There was no heart. There was no this or that." The movie is called Dawn of Justice. Everyone always says, and it's cliche as shit, but it's always darkest before the dawn. This is
Man.
Dawn of Justice. So
Awesome, man.
the entire fucking movie is dark, 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 dark. Superman's dead. Batman wants to create the fucking Justice League.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of the darkness of this movie.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
I'm sorry if like 85% of America doesn't understand metaphor, but that's why this movie was so dark, and Zack Snyder was perfect for it.
Right on.
And he's not directing every other movie in this franchise. Aquaman has its own director. Wonder Woman has Patty Jenkins. Like, these are all directors that aren't known for telling like these dark human dramas. Like, the darkness is done. It's the dawn of frickin' justice.
Yup. That is well said, man.
And my voice raised while I said that, so people take notice.
That's so awesome, man. Well
Yeah.
said.
You know, and
Beautiful. Beautiful.
you know my take on it, and
Oh, yeah.
with the darkness and all
Excelsior,
that. And,
man.
I'll briefly go into it because I don't want to explain the whole thing. Plus, it's actually kind of leads into Wednesday's podcast that we're talking about. My take on it is I understand the darkness and everything, and I like the darkness. It's not that I'm hating on the darkness, but they're building a franchise of the 2 biggest superheroes ever.
Yup.
2 biggest. So you're trying to build this ultimate world universe of around them. Well, you do this very dark movie who a lot of kids who grew up watching this stuff and watching Batman and Superman and all this stuff.
And
And
who watch
seeing
it
all
now?
that, yeah,
I mean,
and
kids
watch it now.
Who watch it now?
But then they see this movie, and a lot of parents are like, no, that's too dark because they're killing and all that stuff. So then what it ultimately does is it ruins the franchise. That's why it only hit $800 million, which only doesn't, that's a lot. But for a big movie like this, which should hit $1.5 billion, it's very low. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I think they need to rethink how they do that. If you're going to do a movie like this, don't do it with the 2 biggest superheroes ever. Find some other characters that are meant for the nerds, the adults. Hey, Deadpool. Look what Deadpool did. That's a rarity, of course, all that stuff. But doing it as dark as it is, ultimately, I feel is going to hurt it because you need to get the families. You need to get the other group of people. Those are the ones that are going to make the real money so they can move
Yeah.
on and
And
produce
they're-
the other movies.
that's
And
well
those are
said,
the audiences
you
that are
know?
going to come back because
Yeah.
the 8-year-old Tommy is going, I want to see Batman again. I want to see Batman
wanna
again.
buy
But
it.
yeah, no,
And that's
and
what
I
they
think you're
said.
right.
Yeah, they said that is this movie was killed because of that, and also the fact that people didn't come back to see it a second time.
That's true. I only
Unlike
saw it
Star
once.
Wars, I mean, could you Could you imagine if Star Wars fizzled out after 3 weeks?
Right.
Oh,
Good
geez.
point, man.
You know, I mean,
That's
in
a good
3
point.
weeks,
Sell.
Batman v Superman was number 2 to the boss.
Oh,
With
dude,
Melissa
that's
McCarthy.
true.
I like Melissa McCarthy. She's funny as hell,
I think
but
she sucks.
she's not.
her and Amy Schumer.
She's not.
Give me a
Yeah.
fat one.
Wow. Anyways.
Oh boy.
No, it's one of those things where there's no way the movie like this should drop behind that so quick. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know,
a
and
good
that's my
point,
whole
James.
take. So I mean, we're of course, like I said, Wednesday we're recording an episode of how nerd has gone mainstream and how mainstream is kind of dictating everything that happens and how we're able to get these movies because of the mainstream. We wouldn't see these if it wasn't for mainstream
That's true, Jamie.
at all.
That's
Yep.
a really
You know?
valid point, man. No, I think you nailed it really well, Jamie. But just kind of segueing back to what Ryan had said, we are going to get Zack Snyder's not the one who's in charge of DC. I mean, yeah, he's the one that's really, I guess, been the guy to help push it in the right direction where we need it to go and to make it happen. Because then it seemed like nobody else really wanted to, But Zack Snyder was the one. I mean, dude, he made Watchmen. The guy's very passionate about DC, so he'd be the right guy to do it. But with that being said, Zack Snyder, he's kind of like a Ridley Scott, in my opinion. Now, I know that sounds a little funky, but hear me out. Ridley Scott does things the way he wants to do things. The reason why Prometheus was... here's the thing. Prometheus could have been a little bit more epic, or how do I put this? There was a lot they left out of that movie, and it's just because the studios forked over a ton of money for him to do that movie. I mean, you're dealing with a big practical effect set. This movie wasn't hinged on CGI or anything, really, for the most part. So, with that being said, because Fox has forked over all this money to do this project for Ridley Scott has to kind of abide by what they want, okay? And so Prometheus is up against, a big family movie, big action movie, The Avengers that summer. So they want to compete against that, so they ruin the pacing, they, water down the story, the plot, the violence, the all the philosophical things, to get just my point being is Zack Snyder wanted to create something he wanted to create, okay? That's what's beautiful about this. Unfortunately, fortunately, it did make enough money to where they could easily do a sequel. The budget's there. It would be sound on Warner Brothers' part to do another Justice League movie and have him do it because it sold tickets. But I get what you're saying too. Like this movie, you're ushering in two of the biggest, most highly hailed superheroes of all time on the big screen finally at once. And really that thing should have been at $2 billion right now to most people.
Oh yeah, it should be.
And here's
Marvel
Deadpool.
numbers. I'm not trying to compare the two in that
No.
sense, but I'm just saying you gotta look at it that way. I mean, I was listening to Nerdist on one of their videos, and they made a good point. They need a Kevin Feige. They need someone like that for their franchise. Zack Snyder's never going to be like a Kevin Feige. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll do it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And I can make my Plastic Man movie dreams come true.
Dude, that'd be kind of rad.
Okay.
That would-
Booster
we-
Gold.
Yeah. I'd like to do Booster Gold, but I think it was when we did our Hopes and Dreams podcast a few weeks back, one of the questions that was posed was like, if Tim Miller was going to do like an R-rated comedy for DC, what character would you want to see him do, and like what would the premise of the film be? And my choice was Plastic Man.
Awesome.
And he's like a 40-year-old petty criminal that gets these superpowers and decides that he can make more money being a snitch than you can being a criminal.
I love it, man.
And I didn't go into this much
Uh-huh.
detail.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
But
Actually, I thought it sounded more like a porno
The lo-
when you first did it.
the
so.
love interest would be like Zatanna, but it would be like a young Zatanna.
Oh.
So Plastic Man would just kind of be
Right
like
on.
that creepy uncle figure
Dude,
to her.
cool.
And then while he's trying to go straight as like a hero-esque type person, he's like following around and making Elongated Man his like unofficial mentor. And he's just pissing Elongated Man off because Elongated Man is like a legit detective. Yeah, that would be fucking
Dude,
awesome.
I think that'd be awesome, man. You need to pitch that, dude.
Oh, I know that Jeff Johns listens to this podcast, so it's only a matter of time.
Dude, that'd be awesome, man.
You're gonna get the call as soon as you leave.
Dude,
so
that's
yeah.
awesome.
you know,
man.
when I post this up, this will be on Saturday night. Hopefully, depending on if I have time to get it all edited, which it sounds like I'm going to now because my other podcast was canceled. But yeah, he's as soon as it shows up on iTunes, you're gonna get that phone call. He's gonna listen to it an hour later,
Time.
Dude.
and he's gonna be like, "Oh,
Jim
Yeah,
Lee
let's
is gonna
call it up. Yeah.
personally fly.
Yep.
He's gonna chop her in,
Yeah.
and
Gonna draw a picture of you, man.
he'll be like, "Damn, dude,
Why didn't I
that
think
was
of that?
brilliant."
Dude.
It's only like 5 months from now. I have the luck where like every time I say someone should do something, it's only like 6 months later, and then it's like officially announced.
Yep.
So I've got my fingers crossed. Plastic Man. They should cast like someone that's so against type that you wouldn't suspect it, like Steve Buscemi as Plastic Man.
That would be awesome, man.
Like,
Oh my god, that's so obscure and awesome, man. I love it.
yeah, Steve Buscemi as Plastic Man.
I love it.
Throw
man.
Summer Glau as Zatanna. We'd probably need someone younger,
Yeah, there's gonna be
Um,
a younger one.
and like Patrick Wilson or something as Elongated Man.
Dude, he'd be awesome.
Yeah,
He'd be awesome. That's cool.
that would be interesting.
I think this is
It'd be
awesome,
interesting.
man. I'm loving
So,
this. I'm loving this
yeah.
DC love we got going on. Not that I'm partial to anyone, but
Yeah,
it's nice.
we
that
we
DC
we like it all. I mean, definitely fans of all the DC and Marvel, and you know.
DC needs
it
some
would be-
love though. Like
yeah.
Marvel's so ahead of the curve right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's set the bar. It really
oh,
did.
it definitely did.
It really
Yeah,
set
well,
the
and it
bar.
resets the bar every
Yeah.
fucking time.
And that's why I
Yeah,
jumped
no
in.
kidding.
Yeah,
Every freaking
know.
time that bar is
That's why-
higher and higher.
that's why I said what I said is I think they need to get it more family friendly. I don't want them to. I want to have them go both paths. I mean, I would love to see both. I just hate like the movie, you know, that they're going to be putting it out on and possibly re-releasing in theaters as a rated R version.
I
Don't
know
be
if that'll
they're
bring me
forcing
back,
it.
you know?
They're forcing it is what they're trying to do. They're trying to go off of Deadpool's success and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And they're like, "Oh, Deadpool, no, it's the trend. Like everyone's trying to do what is it? Trying to do Guardians of the Galaxy."
Oh right.
Which I have to say is I really think Suicide Squad is going to be their Guardians of the Galaxy
You think
from what
so?
it seems now.
Well, especially with
They-
the
you know.
with the reshoots that are going on, where they're actually putting jokes into it.
So that's really what
Yeah.
they're doing. They're really doing that, making it more humorous and campy and everything. Is that kind of the idea with the reshoots?
Yeah, I mean
Dude, I
they
don't
said
know.
almost everything was in the trailers, which was kind of like, okay, that's a bummer. You know,
That
why
is
are
a
you going to put
bummer.
that almost all in the trailers?
The one joke that
Yeah.
Harley Quinn has, where she's like, "The voices in my head tell me to kill you." The one joke in the whole
Yeah.
trailer.
Oh great.
Well, she did have the one, you know, part of the joke like we're bad guys. That's what we
Oh
do.
yeah,
you know,
when she
type
breaks
thing.
the window. Yeah.
I mean, you can't. How do you forget about that part? Seriously, she is bent over and her ass is in your face, pretty much.
I don't know. Hot
Right.
girls are a dime a dozen, dude. Everywhere you look, there's a hot girl. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but
really like get me.
how
it
many
just
hot
doesn't get my
girls
attention
are
anymore.
Harley
Good
Quinn?
point, man.
How many hot girls are?
Yeah,
Harley
but
Quinn?
I don't like this Harley Quinn, dude.
not
I'm not.
into it?
I'm not a big
Ah.
fan of like the punk slut Harley Quinn that they got going
You want
on.
the Joker?
Yes, dude. I want the animated series Harley
gesture,
Quinn.
You didn't see the little Easter egg
No,
of like her.
I haven't
suit?
been like paying any
Yeah.
attention to this
her,
movie
her,
at all.
her suit. There's an Easter egg in it.
Oh.
People that are watching, tell him to start paying more attention to this shit. You know, what I mean, we're gonna be talking about it. He's got to be up to date
Like a
with
new
it,
trailer
you know?
dropped what, like 3 weeks ago or
Yeah.
something. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have zero interest in
was- it
seeing
was
this
good.
movie.
You're gonna like it.
I understand.
like it.
I heard Batman is going to be in it. I heard Batfleck's going to.
Oh, yeah,
actually
he's
be,
got a good-
He's going to have a part in it.
He was at first he was. They when they were filming it, they were not hiding the filming at all. There was people so easily see them filming, and people caught him on the streets when they were doing it. And then they came out and said, yes, he's in it more than what you would expect. It's not going to be like Spider-Man in Civil War, as in like 30 minutes of the movie, supposedly, but it's going to be a decent amount compared to what you would expect. So you got to look at it. I know you're not like a Suicide Squad, fan, but you got to look at it this way. It's more a DC movie is what they're building it to. Like Suicide Squad, Joker has nothing to do with it like this.
Yeah.
And they're in the backstory. Same with, Batman wasn't quite involved like that.
Yeah.
This is a completely different thing, but they're merging it together. So I would say go in thinking, okay, this is to fit in with the DC movies. This is how it's going to build in. Like, I mean, Deadshot, he's supposed to be in the Batman movies, supposedly.
Oh, really?
So we're going to see
That's kinda cool.
Will Smith
Right
and
on.
Ben Affleck.
Again.
I mean, yeah.
Because they're in Jersey Girl.
Yeah, it's true.
That's right.
It's true.
That's
But
right.
yeah, we'll see them,
Forgot about
see
that.
him in it, and supposedly, which
Awesome, man.
I'm won't lie, I am excited for that movie. I hope that's gonna do good, just because it's Batman. He's my favorite character on the DC side,
That's
hands
cool.
down. Has always been, and I liked Affleck in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I really did.
And the boy can
So.
direct, man.
Yeah, he'll do good. He'll do a good job. Let me ask you, since we haven't really segued out of this DC universe cinematic wise, how are we feeling about Jeremy Irons as Alfred? I personally loved him.
Ditto. Yeah,
I
same
digged
here.
him.
In my opinion, I kind of felt like he had to live up to what's his name playing Alfred.
Michael
on,
Caine?
No,
Sean Pertwee.
on Gotham.
Is it Sean?
Is it?
It's Pertwee. I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
I'd
kind of
probably
felt
say
he
it's
had.
probably like Pertwee, and I'm like, Pertwee.
Yeah. Hey, we're
Mr. Dumbass.
We're
Dumas.
we're just nerds. We're not language. Yeah. Dumas.
Oh, I love
Dumas.
that commercial.
But yeah, no,
That's
that's.
dumbass material all the way.
I felt he had to live up to that in a sense at this point, because that's being done so well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an Alfred that's just been. He's perfect for the show. He's perfect casting, perfect everything for what they've done with him and how they played him. So it's like, okay, for you not to merge these universes together, how about at least cast someone that's going to live up to that, in that sense? And he did.
Yeah, he nailed it.
He was perfect. He was perfect. And I think he's going to
Nailed
do
it.
so well in the movie.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's
I've been really excited about the casting. They did a great job with, and everything that we've heard coming out of Batman, which is like what pretty much just
Jesse Eisenberg.
J.K. Simmons. What did you, I like?
Oh yeah,
J.K. Simmons
from
as the
Whiplash
commish. You
as
know,
the commish, dude. That's gonna
Mr.
be.
Knish.
I'm
Sick.
fine with him. I'm fine with
That's
him.
gonna
but
be sick, man. I love that guy.
We need Lex to die and find a new Lex.
yes, but don't you just hate Lex?
That's the thing that made it great, though. I thought that was appealing. He was waiting for them. Like I always wanted to kick Jesse Eisenberg's ass, just as a person, So let's have soups and bats. Get him, How great is that? I mean, the only way I could top that is have Channing Tatum just sit around and be a speed bump in Fast and the Furious, man. I mean, that's awesome.
Well, that's
It's
like
kinda-
that's like when Channing Tatum died in G.I. Joe.
That
I
was
stood
a-
up and clapped, and I was like,
That
in
was
the middle of it, like,
pretty awesome,
yeah.
man.
woohoo!"
Oh my God.
I'm like,
That's pretty awesome,
sorry,
man.
it was exciting.
Can
I
I-
mean, that's why him and Gambit, I'm very like.
Speaking
no.
of Channing Tatum dying, is that going to die?
no. They're gonna recast it.
Yeah.
and
They are?
Yeah, they just pushed it back. They're gonna
Yeah,
recast it. They have like a new director and everything. And
which I'm fine with. I'm fine. I want to see a Gambit movie. I'd like to see him kind
I
of on
don't.
his own.
I don't.
I've always liked he's such a different personality from the rest of the X-Men in that sense.
yeah, he's a
that-
creep.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's around all these teenagers, so it makes it
Yeah.
even worse. So let's let him have his own movie, make it, see what they can do with it, make it interesting. I mean, look what they did with Deadpool. They made something out of nothing. Why not give them a chance to do that with Gambit?
I just
I don't
hope
want to
that-
see a rated R.
I just hope that they have Gambit
have to.
breaking into like an embassy wearing his pink body armor and his metal boots.
Dude, that's awesome.
That would be
And
hilarious.
and his fingertipless gloves. Because you need those, when you're stealing things.
Right. God, you're funny, dude. Dude, I don't know, man. I really don't think. Okay, I do like Gambit. Don't get me wrong. But the cartoon Gambit was awesome. It was cartoon Gambit that I loved. The da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
yes.
That
Yes.
version of Gambit is who I love. And the Gambit in the comics. That's cool. I don't know why. I saw something that Channing Tatum was like, I'm dying to play Gambit. And he just got the part. It's like, F you, man. Anyways, what are we talking about now?
You guys are slow Legoers.
Oh, dude. I'm this is
I've
kind of
had this
relaxing
set built
to me,
like
man.
9 times already.
Oh, you elitist scum.
Are you always doing a podcast while building
my
it,
name's
though?
Ryan.
See?
But you can call
Yeah,
me
but take
Madonna.
that.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
I was
All day
podcasts in
long.
my sleep, bruh.
Yeah. Bro.
Bruh.
Bro.
Bruh.
Bro.
Hey,
Bro.
bruh. Bruh. Anyways,
So I guess we've talked so much about the movies and DC. And
okay.
you know,
what are we on to now? Okay, so Image Comics. Dude, Image Comics rules, guys.
I don't read any
Jump
image.
on the bandwagon. There's some good stuff. There's some good stuff. You'll like it.
Jamie, did you get that Black Panther pop that you sent me a picture of?
That thing looks smoking,
so
man.
here, let me go grab it.
Yeah,
That
get it.
And I
thing
actually
looks
got 2
killer.
more pops. So yeah, talk whatever. I'll get.
Okay, cool. So anyhow, Ryan, what do you think, man? You think this is going to be a good thing for Gambit to have a movie, or do we pretty much?
Yeah, I'm actually like the one person in America other than Channing Tatum that is okay with seeing Channing Tatum as Gambit.
That's cool.
So
You're a good sport.
I had to watch Dear John with my wife,
Oh God.
and he was riveting in that film.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're.
And I really liked him in Magic Mike. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't seen that.
I was gonna say, well, I mean, if you were, dude, I tell you what, man. There's people that do things, and then there's people that do mind-blowing things. And you watching Dear John with your wife is very, very mind-blowing. You're a better man than I am, dude.
It's not really a love story. Like, honestly, that's what I thought it was. And really, it's more of like a father-son movie. Like, I'll
Really?
admit, like, I actually got a little choked up at the end.
Really?
Yeah. It's more about him and his dad, and, like, he's just getting some on the side, really.
So that's the whole point of having what's her face in it? Rachel McAdams in it. She's just there.
No, she was in The Notebook. This was Amanda Seyfried.
Why are we
Well,
talking
what's the
about
movie
chick
with?
flicks
What's
right
the
now? What
movie
the
with
what the
Channing
hell happened?
Tatum?
Did you have like a bromance all of a sudden?
That
when I
was
went
the
upstairs for a minute?
vow or the
Oh, it
or
was
the promise.
The
Yeah.
vow. Okay, it was the vow. Gotcha, the vow.
Yeah.
Duh.
Oh, so
It was the vow.
let's move back
Well,
to
Ron-
nerd
dude,
stuff.
Ron,
Gears now.
come
Jamie-
on.
Let's,
Jamie's
come on.
back.
Romance
Jamie's
films are
back.
nerdy, bro.
Speaking of Deadpool, see what I picked up?
Oh, those
You
are
see those
cool,
pictures?
man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's them.
So
This is the appropriate way to shake a baby, by the way. You hold its head and you shake its body.
Oh my God, dude, you're
it's
funny.
the
Never ever shake a baby. Holy shit. That was an
That's
off-color
awesome,
joke.
man.
Never, ever.
That's awesome, man.
But yeah, I saw him at All Seas. And
We got those at All Seas?
Well, this was actually the way it happened was Hot Topic did them, but they were mystery pops.
Okay.
So you would go in there buying it, but you wouldn't be able to see what was in there.
Maybe the stickers there. All right.
So you had no
Thanks,
clue
buddy.
what was in there.
Decals.
Decals.
We're
So-
professionals here.
Decals.
Right.
Decals.
Oh my God.
But yeah, you had no clue. So there was 3 of them. These were the 2 main ones.
You guys are like
And
judging
the other
them.
was like I think a pink one you could get, which I do want to find the pink one to match the rest of
For
it.
breast cancer
Yeah,
research.
yeah.
Nice. Is that what it's for? Is Deadpool for breast cancer?
No, I have no
research?
clue what it was for. I
Oh,
think,
okay.
but yeah, I want to get that one. But yeah, they were over at All Seas, and they were only $10 for each one.
Dude, that's
and I'm
it.
like,
That's
I'm
it.
like, dude, yeah, for exclusives. And you go online, they're like
Yeah, they're like
30
$20, man.
20, $30. I mean, some of even had listed on eBay for, God, it was $100 or something like that.
So you
Oh
should
my
sell
And yeah,
yours.
I know they're not in the case. They're not in the case. I really don't care. with
Dude,
these.
no.
They look way better outside the case.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, they do.
And the cases aren't taped. They are not taped.
No, they're not.
So
They're-
it's not like a
It's
action
like a
figure.
collector's
Is there
Yeah,
really
I
like a
think-
secondary market for this stuff, though?
There actually is. I mean,
For
when you
like Never
yeah.
removed from box.
not well, you really can't tell though. There's no way to
Right,
tell.
yeah, exactly.
That's
what are
the
they going to
whole
look
thing.
at the crease in the
Yeah.
box and be like,
Yeah.
oh.
So, The other two I brought, which I thought was interesting, and I don't remember.
Show this one first.
So I don't remember it first. This is the first one I bought.
This is regular Black Panther.
Yeah, so I picked him up. I'm like, dude, he's badass looking. I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
pass up Black Panther,
Yeah.
especially
Freaking
coming
awesome,
into the
dude.
Marvel.
me see this
I
guy.
mean,
I like the little like ears and shit.
yeah,
Yeah, this thing is awesome.
Looks badass, dude. Marvel did a great job.
yeah. I mean,
Costume
and
designer, the concept
yeah.
artist for Black Panther.
So
Kudos.
then I go to Walmart to
Thing's
buy
awesome.
the Lego set today, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm looking, and I'm like, I'm always looking for exclusives, all that stuff, because I prefer the exclusives. You know, I'll buy other ones if I really like the character. So then I see this, and I'm like, okay, it's another Black Panther, but he's like kind of like feels like sandpaper, but it's glitter and stuff all over him.
This is questionably straight vampire Black Panther. See how he glitters in the light?
Oh my god, dude, that's awesome.
And here's the thing that's weird is whenever they do the exclusives, usually they're numbered completely different. This one's
Interesting.
not. This is 130, just like this one.
Huh.
So both of them are 130 from what I saw, at least when I was looking online. I didn't look at the boxes for them. But yeah, they're exactly the same looking as in design, all that stuff. Just one is glittery, it's sparkly.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh. he's
But
green.
I was like, I got to pick them up, you know. I mean, it's an exclusive. It's Black Panther. Why not? So,
Yeah, that's cool.
but yeah.
I like
questionably
those. I like those a
straight.
lot.
Check it out, guys. Como
Questionably straight
estas,
vampire.
bitches? I'm Sandman. Check it
Nice,
out. I got
nice.
long Lego legs. Yeah.
So,
Hand it over.
All
Pass
right,
it
here
over.
you are.
Let me
Here you are.
complete this.
Here's the
and then-
decals.
and then we got to finish up, all that little parts there, but we'll get to those. But yeah, so yeah, see how it's all sparkly. And
Oh, dude, there it
whatnot,
is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's made out of diamonds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Twilight.
So I don't know the reasoning behind it, really.
Yeah. Questionably
mean,
straight
yeah.
vampire.
I really don't know why they did exclusive that way. But maybe we'll see in the movie. So
Dude,
I
speaking
mean,
of movies, man,
it's
I'm
the
really
vibranium,
loving
bruh.
this movie version of Rhino.
yeah,
This is cool. This movie version Lego did is sweet. It is off the chizzy.
if I don't think we said it before that this was based off the TV show
Oops.
is what it is. The amazing or
Ultimate.
Ultimate Spider-Man on Disney DX or whatever that
Disney
is, XD or you've got kids. I don't. Plus, I watch it online.
I don't have
so,
cable.
yeah,
But,
but
it's
you
on
still.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. it
Oh,
is.
that's right. One season. The first season is.
I think it's first two,
So
I think.
first two. So
Maybe. I don't know.
yeah, it's a really good show if you haven't seen it because the team ups and all that stuff. It's a real different than what you would expect. Same with the Avengers Assemble, which is in its third season now, and I enjoy both. I've caught up on that one, and then I'm on the, of course, fourth season of Ultimate Spider-Man. So, and I've enjoyed all of it because it's really cool. I mean, they brought all the big bads to it and all that stuff. And dude, did you get pissed off of your phone and throw it or something?
No, dude, no. I dropped it in the
Oh.
locker room at the
Ooh.
gym. you
Whoops.
know. Yeah, it happens.
Were you pointing that
So.
way?
Yeah, I was pointing at the beach and everything. Totally.
But yeah, no, it's good shows, and that's where this is based off of is the actual cartoons. It's not the movie or anything. I didn't see Spider-Man in any of the Lego sets for the new movie, from what I'm seeing.
Oh, from Civil War?
Yeah,
Here's the thing. I feel like that reveal of Spider-Man took place way after they released all the Lego toys, all the Legos, the series for Civil War.
Yeah, they
Because
probably
of
been
the big
designing sets
spoiler,
for
the
a
big
long time.
spoiler that Lego put out was the Giant Man with
Yeah.
with that big set with the Quinjet.
oh, that's true. Yeah,
That was the big spoiler, and I think if they would have taken it more to Spider-Man being involved, that would have really let the cat out of the bag big time.
yeah. I'm trying to
So
see if I
Marvel
can.
probably figured like we've got so many Spider-Man sets already that
Yeah,
we don't have to include him to sell these.
yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Like, I think the two minifigs that I have the most of is Soups and Captain America. Just looking back at my sets, all of them that I have, those are the two that I have the most versions of the minifig.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine would be Batman because
That's cool.
I've got like half of the original Batman sets from 2007.
Cool.
And then when they released the sets in 2012, which was like the Joker on like the cement roller.
Yep, that
and
was a
like
cool
the
set,
Batwing
man.
where it like went like this, and it
That
had
was
like
cool.
Short Robin, it had Red Nightwing.
Yep.
I have every set from that release.
That was a good time, man. That was a
Yeah,
good
there is
series.
No Spider-Man.
No Spider-Man,
in
the
any of them.
Legos.
They only released 3 sets.
Wow.
So, yeah. That's
Oh, for Civil War, that's it. It's
Civil
3.
War. Yeah.
So,
It's
because the
only
ones
3
I have Crossbones, Jeep. I've
Mhm.
got Black Panther's Jet, and then I guess the last one is the Quinjet with Giant Man.
Yeah.
Gosh, we haven't seen the movie and we're already Giant Man. Well, we did say this wasn't gonna be spoiler free, but I don't think they really made it like.
If you're listening to this,
spoiler-free.
I'm sure you already know all about that anyways.
Yeah.
It'd
you
be
know?
hilarious if he's not even in the movie.
Right.
Yeah. Be like, well, shit.
It was actually an ad for Slurpee or something.
Man, Marvel's a genius.
Oh,
They
dude.
sold us Giant Man, and we didn't even get him.
So, something I just saw really quick, kind of a news flash, is Inhumans, the movie. You guys probably know about this already. It got pulled from Marvel's release schedule for the cinematic universe. Is
It
that
was-
true?
I heard that. I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen it confirmed yet, but
That's
I heard that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled the date. It's not officially canceled or anything.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was technically coming because there was the rumors coming out that they were going to push it back because they wanted to make room for Indiana Jones,
Oh, God.
the sequel to Kingdom of the Crystal
Oh,
Skull, which is just a
God.
dumb mistake.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
with by that time, 71-year-old Harrison Ford it is. I think he's going to be, which, yeah.
When they do the
that's
next
72,
indie film,
yeah.
he'll be 71?
Yeah, and he's going to be in it. So he's the
Oh,
star
that
again.
guy.
He's
So,
indie, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's great he's coming back, but, dude, you should have done
Yeah.
it back 20 years ago, you know?
So, but yeah, supposedly that's what's happening, which I almost expected it because how long are they going to be able to postpone not really diving into the big Inhuman characters because of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Good point.
You're already so much into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the Inhumans, and I won't spoil all the show if you haven't watched it, all that stuff, but there's a lot of stuff there, and it's only 2016, and this was supposed to come out in 2019, the end.
Wow.
That's 3 years from now for it. You've
Yeah,
got
it's gonna be
3 more
watered down.
seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. that
Unless they
So.
do like DC, the DCW, where the DCW is not even like congruent with the movies, you know?
yeah.
Oh wait, we're not
Just-
supposed to say
yeah, we don't
DCW.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta
Sorry.
call it DCCW. We're not talking about a big old game.
Sorry.
bag,
Oh, by
race
the way,
station.
this is Master Brew Kombucha and everything. Forget about that, okay? Commercial. Kavita Master Brew Kombucha. Get it. Tart cherry is the flavor. She's my cherry pie. Okay, back to the podcast.
Yeah. So
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
That's right.
yeah, I kind of expected that, you know.
With
It's-
Inhumans?
Yeah, maybe eventually they'll do it if
Yeah.
they take enough time in between when they do it. But they already came out. Feige already came out and said Phase 4 is going to be 100% different.
In what
But
way did he
before
say?
before we dive into all that, I
Okay.
want to, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it next Saturday to talk about it.
Okay.
But that's when we're
Oh,
going to
'cause
be
of
recording
Captain-
it.
'cause of
we're
Captain
gonna,
Crunch
we're
and
gonna
the Civil
go,
War.
and that's going to be our
Okay.
predictions and all that stuff. We won't be seeing the movie by that time. I got tickets for that preview night. That Thursday night.
Wait. What's next week?
So.
What's next Saturday? What's the date of that?
Well, tomorrow's the 23rd, so that would be the 30th.
30th. Yes.
Oh man,
So that's when.
Dude,
we're
where's
gonna
time
do-
going,
Yeah,
man?
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
jeez,
It's
Louise.
flying, and then the weekend after is Free Comic Book Day.
Dude, killer.
So I'm
That's
excited.
awesome. I'm excited too.
So I don't want to dive too much into this one about it since we're going to be really diving into Marvel and all that stuff, and take the time for that. So, I guess I guess while we finish kind of towards the end, because I see you're getting tired, I am getting a little tired
Sure.
too. We're waiting for Slowpoke Ryan over here to
I
finish
know
up his
Madonna
shit.
with his fake accent. Jeez,
You know, and it's funny. I like building Legos, but I also don't mind watching someone build it too.
this
'Cause
is
it's
cool.
like I like playing video games, but I like watching them play video games too.
It's
You
like
know, it's the
watching
same
a surgeon
thing.
do surgery over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, except not so stable hands and you know.
I don't eat bananas. I don't have enough
Yeah.
potassium.
But speaking,
awesome.
I guess since I was supposed to talk a little bit about video games and stuff tonight,
Let's hear it.
I kind of do want to talk a little bit. We were briefly talking about the game I had been playing on and posting on my YouTube channel, the Stardew Valley, which if you haven't checked out,
Oh
I
yeah,
do
Daddy taking a
highly-
shower.
Good.
Yeah,
I
no.
had a great joke and
Yeah.
you guys skipped over it.
Wait, what?
So no, like Stardew Valley is the big one that I've been playing that I post every other day. It's like 15-minute increments or whatever. It's a blast of a game. I've had so much fun because it's mostly farming and mining and all that stuff, but there's a lot more to a role-playing side. You build up your character,
Cool.
you can level up and all that. You got to interact with the people of the town. You can give them gifts. I try and talk to the ladies because some of them are single and you know get them to
Nice.
hook up and all that stuff. But you also
nice.
build up your farm and you make money to build it up, all that stuff and whatnot. But it's a really fun game. But that's of course
Jamie.
one of them that's on there. One of the games. The other, of course.
Did you unlock the Ashley Madison link in the game?
So-
no, I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
In Stardew Valley, can you grow sorghum?
I think that just went over my head.
It has a yield percentage that is the envy of all corns.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. I think that went over my head
For a
too.
second there, I was like, wait.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
What's that from? I know that.
Think about it.
Oh, dude, Walking Dead, right? Is that Walking
Yes.
Dead? Is that
Yes,
Walking Dead?
yes.
God, I'm
It's Eugene, bro.
Wow, dude. Oh my gosh, man. I'm
yeah.
I'm on a 3G network still, guys. Sorry.
Anyways, Ryan and his Post-it, he literally you didn't see, if you didn't see it, he busted out the Post-it because he says those. Our running joke is he has all these little puns and stuff like that on Post-it notes, and he just saves them for that perfect time.
Yeah, I always have a really
So,
really clever
That's awesome.
thing
Yeah.
to say.
So
It's
he
like a
keeps
fortune
keeps it with
cookie.
him. Yeah, exactly.
Kill her.
So, one of the other games, and I know you commented on it, was Heroes of the Storm.
Oh God, dude.
So
what do you think?
I have never really played a MOBA before, so I was not sure what to expect because I like MMOs. I've been an MMO fan for years. I played
Cool.
EverQuest 2 for
Cool.
6 years straight.
Cool.
Like almost every day.
Cool.
I started playing it, and I'm like, because I was a little hesitant because League of Legends and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and Dota, people are so hardcore, and I'm like, well, I like Blizzard,
Yeah.
but I didn't. It's not that I don't like World of Warcraft. I just never really got into it as much, but I do like the Warcraft games.
Sure.
But I started playing it, and I'm like, this is freaking amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
It's hard. I'm not going to lie. I'm still trying to get used to it because
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get used to using a computer anyways because I'm not new to a computer. I'm not that type of
So
person.
you're recovering
But
on that.
I've never it's been years since I've gamed on a computer. I've had a controller in my hand for years, so it's starting to get used to the keys and all that, and I love it.
He has had it in his hand
yeah.
for years.
Well, yeah, I mean that's why one wrist is bigger than the other.
Oh, geez.
But forearm is bigger than the other, you know. But hey,
I'm in a weird
you know?
mood, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my God,
So,
dude, that's
you know,
funny.
it makes it interesting. I mean,
Each
come
time you
on.
do that, a kitten dies.
Well, shit, I'm amazed there's any more kids on this planet then.
Right.
At least for me. I mean,
Right. You go blinder every day. You go blinder each time you do it.
no, she goes blinder because
Oh, right. Right.
Just kidding. Well, we'll stop there. This just
Oh my
we're
gosh,
going
it's
to
getting
X-rated,
bad.
but
Anyways.
yeah, I love the game and I've enjoyed the different characters. I don't know if I can get myself quite yet to buying any of the stuff for it because it is free to play. So buying the different characters and stuff that you can pay for because I've noticed they are a little pricey.
Yeah.
They can be. I mean, you can earn
The-
gold in there to unlock some things, but
It's Blizzard, man.
you know, it's it's awesome that they switch it though, so you can switch around each. I think every week to different free to play characters in a sense.
Yep.
So you can build them up and it saves it at least though.
Yep.
So it's not like they switch it and then next time you have to start all over leveling them up again.
Right.
So, but I've enjoyed it. I've played about an hour and a half each time.
Cool.
When I dive in, and it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
So, and I know you obviously play it. So
It's a cool game. Just like you, just use the free guy and everything. Here's the thing: what got me into it was StarCraft. I'm a huge StarCraft fan, and I really was excited that they were doing. There's a game back in 2001 that Blizzard was going to release for exclusively for Xbox, the first Xbox, okay? And it was called StarCraft Nova, and this was going to be Nova, the StarCraft third-person world shooter video game on a console. But like Blizzard, and like Trent Reznor and Metallica and these awesome things, they'll say, okay, here's the release date, and then they'll put it off to another 6 months. And then they'll put it off to another 2 months, and so on and so forth. And it got to the point where they suspended it or held off on it indefinitely. Yeah. And so I really thought this character, Nova, was awesome. She was one of those ghosts. She was a sniper. She could cloak herself. Really cool character. And so bummed they didn't do this. So anyhow, fast forward, Heroes of the Storm came out, and then what do we get? She's a playable character in it, and she's awesome. NECA even made the action figure of Nova. That's how cool Nova is, and they gave her the big gun and everything, and so on and so forth. But yeah, just like Jamie, it took me a little while to adapt to, controlling somebody with a keyboard and a mouse and everything. It's like going back and playing Doom again. It was, it takes with the old mouse and all that stuff, So, but honestly, I love it. It's addictive. It's, I don't know what to say. It's just, I love video games. I just don't have a lot of time to play them. If it's going to be something I'll pick up, I've got to be really interested in it. Like Alien Isolation. Well, I'm just a big fan of those movies. So it was a no brainer for me to get Alien Isolation, and it's just like Alien. So I'm a big fan of StarCraft. So it's going to have, and I love Diablo, and I love that these characters are like commingled, like they're in the same universe, That's what's really cool about it. So overall, man, it's for MMO, man, it's top notch, man.
Yeah, and I definitely, and we'll have to jump in and sometime and team
Faux
up
show.
And play it a little bit.
Faux show. She was a hoe. Faux show.
Faux show. For real.
Put that bee on a leash.
We have went from completely like X-rated talk to
just bone thugs and harmony.
Sounding like we're all thugged out.
Yeah. See you at the crossroads. You won't be lonely.
See, and my thing is that's one game that I can sit there and play, and I can record it because I try and record everything I have while I play it now because of the YouTube channel.
Sure.
And I can record that, and it's not something I have to put up though.
Yeah.
If I don't like, but I can put it up in chunks. I'm not breaking it down to little pieces. There's not a story in that sense and all that. I can just put it up and play it for an hour and a half. I've actually got my latest one. Probably it's done rendering on my computer right now, so I'll probably upload it during the day tomorrow.
Nice.
So and get that
I can't
ready
wait to
to
see
go.
that one.
Yeah,
man.
I think
that'll be cool.
And my last one, because like I said, I've played it 3 times now, like in chunks since I started playing it a week and a half ago. And the first one already went out. The second one just released tonight, actually. And the third one will release probably sometime next week. I'll put it out.
Cool.
We'll see. I got a lot of other videos that are going. I mean, I've been playing. Like I just picked up Ratchet and Clank.
All right. Your thoughts?
I mean, it's not the original, but it's not a complete remake of the original, but it's got a lot of the original stuff into it. So
Cool.
they've kind of built a new game, but they haven't. And the best part is they only charge $40 for it.
That's not
They're
bad.
not doing the $60
That's not
price
bad,
tag because
man.
it's not a full brand new game. And I love it. It brings me back to playing it back on my PS2. I mean, it's
It was a
such
good game.
fun game.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank is a classic. and that's what brought a studio like Insomniac into
Sure.
the mix. It's a phenomenal game, and I definitely need to start playing it through because I was like, well, I wasn't sure about it because I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I have time, but then I'm like, no, I want to play it because it's Ratchet and Clank.
Dude, it was a good series, man.
And this is so worth it, and I highly recommend anyone that's got a PS4 to pick it up because it's so much fun. Plus, also, it kind of gets me even more hyped. Even if I have to go by myself, I will go watch the movie when it comes out this next
Dude,
weekend.
cool, man.
Just because it's gonna be like the game, except it's a movie. So, and it's based. So the game's
Nice.
based off the movie, which the movie's based off the game, and so forth, back and forth. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So I'm like, I'm excited. I want to see that.
That's
and,
awesome.
And they're not spoiling anything because the game technically was out 14 years ago. I think it was 2002.
Yeah,
Correct
I mean,
me
it
if
was
I'm
about
wrong,
yeah,
but-
it was 2001, 2002.
Yeah,
I think
so-
it came out. It was right. I mean, it was one of the yeah, it was one of PS2's launch titles, if I remember right, man. Like
I
it
think
was.
so.
I mean, it
Yeah.
was. I mean,
Right
it was
around
like on the. Yeah, it was one of their lead titles, man. Oh, look at that! It is
Yeah.
a beauty.
Yeah,
Look at that!
with all the extra parts.
These are
Wow!
all the leftover.
Wow!
pieces.
Kiss my grits.
Those blue ones have to go
Look
to
at-
something because
Yeah,
they're
they're the
Yeah,
jewels.
they go in
They
the
go in.
file.
Yeah, they go in one of those.
Look
Look at that! That is cool.
They just go on the ground.
Would you look at that?
So, is this?
So
Extra.
something I wanted to bring out. This is kind of obscure and something that
Oh,
so
you
many
do it on
people
the other
out there
side.
need to listen to,
You do it
and
on the
that
other side.
is Strider
No, there's just
on
one.
Xbox Live. If you download it, it is one of the
You
coolest
can, but there's just
2D side
Ah.
scrollers you'll ever play. Seriously,
Strider?
they brought
Yeah.
Strider back in a really good way. You really have to put your hands in the air and clap, or put your guns in the air and pump like you just don't care. This game, Strider, on the Xbox Live network is phenomenal. Highly recommend it. The way it's structured is awesome. It's gonna really bring back fond memories.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I definitely want to put that out there for y'all.
That's on PS3 and Xbox 360. I
Xbox
believe,
360,
which,
yeah.
Speaking of that, RIP Xbox 360. They officially ended production this week of the
Wow.
360. 10 years of great system and game. I loved it. I became more PS3 because it was a little bit faster in my opinion. Plus, I had a lot more friends. So my brother I gave it to my nephew for him to play. But yeah, it was a great system. So many great games. So many good fond memories. But yeah, as officially today this week they no longer make 360. So what's out there? If you want it, go get it. And then that's
Yeah.
it. You're not gonna find it anymore.
That's crazy, man.
He's having.
It
fun
was a
playing
good
with the
run,
ball.
dude. X360 was
Yeah.
a good run, dude.
Yeah, that and the PS3. I mean, they're still making the PS3, which
Sure.
if it's anything like the PS2, which the PS2 they finally quit making like 2 years ago.
Yep.
So
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
it went that long. They were still producing it while the PS3 was out,
Yep.
and the PS3 is probably going to do the same thing with the PS4. But we'll see because the rumor is there's a PS4K, PS4.5, PS4, whatever the fuck you want to call it. What it is it's based off of it's going to be faster and more up to date processor, but it's going to be built for 4K television.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So because you can't do 4K on the PS4 right
yeah.
now. Same with the Xbox One, you can't do 4K. So
That's cool.
it's one of those things. But we'll see. With those, we won't go dive into all the systems.
We
was
do need
supposed to do.
We do need to do an episode of that,
Yeah.
man, because that's.
I think
There's been some good stuff over the years through those systems, man.
Yeah, I do want to do a retro video gaming podcast.
I think
Something
we
here
should do
too,
that.
soon too. And also, I was supposed to have a gaming podcast tonight, but that got canceled. I am planning next weekend to probably record it, so keep an eye out for that. So we'll dive a lot more into the stuff next weekend with it. I won't dive too much into games. I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about it, just to kind of get since I was pumped, ready to talk about some games and all that, which is all good. So
one thing before we finish, I want to just. You got my game juices flowing and everything. So, Gears of War 4, I think. This one we just.
That's
Your
coming out
thoughts?
this
What do
year.
you think? How are we feeling?
Gears
Because
of
that
War
last one, Judgment, I think.
was awful.
It was,
I didn't
it
even
really could have
pick
been
it up.
cool.
Yeah.
It really had a lot of potential to be
Uh-huh.
cool, but it was just.
I didn't pick it up until I bought the remake of Gears of War 1 on Xbox One.
Okay.
Because they came out with it
Right.
with like four or six bonus levels, which I still haven't even got to those points yet. I still need to play that. I pick up too many games and never have time to play it.
That happens, man.
But that being said, I tried that and I thought it was awful.
Okay.
I think it was rushed. I think it was just kind of put out there to keep the Gears license going, stuff like that, and ultimately it wasn't a good thing. Gears of War 4 is going to be interesting because it's no longer under Epic.
Are you serious?
Epic
Who's
sold
taking
the,
this over?
sold the name to Microsoft in the sense.
Oh man, I was gonna say, please don't
so-
be Activision.
Yeah, no. So yeah, no.
Or
Sold
LJN.
it to
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah, sold it to Nintendo.
Right.
So they are. It's all under Microsoft. It's kind of like the same thing with Halo, where they're doing a different studio that's doing it, but they got people that worked on the originals and other stuff, and it's going to be a part of, building it and all that stuff. So far, from what I've heard, which I didn't get an email till after the beta was over, which kind of pissed me off because that was one of the reasons why I bought the remake of Gears of War 1, is not only did it get me the other 3 previous ones from the 360 because backwards compatibility, but it also got me a key to the beta. Well, they screwed up and they admitted it, and yeah, I didn't
Well, at
get
least
that
they
email
took
till
the
after.
ownership on
So I don't know how that's going to work or what they're going to do afterwards, which it might even still be going on. I'm not sure, but I'm excited. I'm excited. I want to see Gears in a brand new one built. It's supposed to be the son of
What's his
main
name?
character.
Not. Oh, what's his name?
Wow, I hate when that happens.
What's his name? Because there was Dominic
Phoenix.
Marcus Phoenix. Yeah.
So it's supposed to be his son.
Okay, that's
is
cool.
the main character, at least from what I'm hearing. I could be wrong.
So that's probably him in the commercial.
Yes, that's running because they're showing him running with Marcus Phoenix with his young son. So they're kind of showing
Dude,
he's
like-
running, and he goes to where the house is destroyed, which was their house and his house growing up. So that's what I'm taking it as.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Dude, it's got a lot of potential then.
Mhm. Yeah.
Some good
yeah,
things
exactly.
could come out of this. That's awesome.
So I'm excited. We'll see.
Yeah.
As it comes closer, I'll probably talk more about it. Get some gaming podcasts going and talk all
Yeah.
that stuff and really dive into those more. I mean, there's a lot of next month. There's a ton of games coming out that I'm going to play. So it's going to be a long, busy month. I mean, I start out with Uncharted 4.
That's awesome. That's gonna be cool.
It looks epic.
It looks
then I
aw-
move
yeah.
on to Doom.
Uh-huh.
The new Doom comes out, which I have to get because Doom is just Doom. It's
Yeah,
classic. Even though I'm not
absolutely,
the
man.
biggest multiplayer fan, it's got a story.
Of
and
course.
it's got the story. I'm going to play it. I'm going to buy it and play it.
Yeah. Well, remember how Doom
Yeah.
was on
Uh-huh.
regular Xbox?
Yeah.
That was a cool game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm-
I
I
played
s-
it all the way back to the original on PC.
Yeah, I bled my knuckles to win
Yeah.
that thing.
It was classic. And then I mean, there's so many other. There is a new Turtles game. There's I don't know if I'll play Battleborn, which is a different style of game. It's kind of like if Team Fortress.
Oh yeah. I saw
don't-
the ads for that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do Battleborn, but I am looking at. It's another Blizzard game coming. It's a Blizzard game coming out. I can't even think of it right now.
Yeah, I knew they had
Mine's a
something
little
else.
fried, and which is the same style
Yeah.
of game. I'm drawing a blank on that right now. But there's all of that, and then there's a game the month after, which is going to take everyone's time up probably when they play. It's called No Man's Sky, which is both PC and PS4, but it's Minecraft in a sense for adults. The way I look at it, like it's a completely things are changing as you go, and things are going to be happening, and it's going to be generating the world as you go, and it's going to be a massive universe, but you never are going there's so much to explore where it's going to keep going and going and going, and it just won't stop. But you're kind of discovering the universe and different planets and different
That's cool.
creatures and other people. You're not going to see them in the game, but you will see their footprint. So if they visited that planet, you might see their footprint on
That's
there. So
cool,
if they
man.
killed off all the animals on there, you'll see what happened. You'll see like bones, stuff like that. Is what I'm being told.
Dude,
So
this is crazy.
it's interesting. So,
Overwatch?
Overwatch, yes, that's it.
That looks
So,
cool.
Yeah, which you can see my mind's being fried. So, but yeah, those are all to come. We got all kinds of other good stuff coming. Podcasts, like I said, next week's podcast is on Wednesday is going to be all about the mainstream and what it does for the nerd culture and community and all that stuff. Eventually, you're going to have to find a way to get a mic so then you can jump on Skype with us and talk
for
on
sure.
Wednesday night. Because that's all we do is Skype. We don't come here. We do it over Skype.
That's cool.
So that's non-YouTube. So we're not recording like this. Of course, Civil War next weekend. Talk all about that. Hopefully the gaming podcast. We've got other ones coming up for the Free Comic Book Day. We have X-Men TMNT kind of half and half podcast we'll do towards the end of next month. God, and just all kinds of other stuff coming up. All my videos, unboxings. I'll have my Loot Crate unboxing Sunday, which I have it sitting there. And you can't see it in the camera. It's sitting there, and I really, really, really want to open it. But I have a special guest that is going to be unboxing it with me. So I want to wait and do that because I'll also have the other part of my Loot Crate, which is Level Up, which is a T-shirt and the socks and stuff that I get every month. So it'll be a special guest I'm going to do with it. He doesn't even know about it yet, so I'm a little excited for that.
Sounds romantic.
All right. Yeah, it does sound romantic.
Yeah,
Jeez
sounds dirty,
Louise. Totally does.
You're gonna hear the music.
After we have a romantic dinner
like,
at Union Station and
you're
couple
gonna hear
bottles of wine and everything. We're gonna sneak and get
background. You'll hear all there.
This. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just unboxed this Loot Crate.
We're gonna be.
Yeah.
I got an exclusive.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways,
This hand is gonna unbox it. I said box.
Oh man, like
Dude.
start off subtle and then just ruin it.
I know.
let me
I
say
know.
this real.
So
let me
anyways,
say this real quick.
Exactly like a nerd would do it.
We are talking like this right now. The person that's doing it with me, not
He
going
said
that
doing
route.
it with me.
Oh, heyo.
Okay, edit that. That's gonna be.
And that's
edited.
just gonna
It's
all of a
cool.
sudden turn it in, and
It's
people think
cool.
I'm gonna be doing child porn. So
Oh jeez.
it's gonna
Oh,
make it really bad. So
no.
let's stop there.
Oh,
D-
no.
Because it's gonna go
DCU.
the wrong-
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So
All right.
we're joking.
Yeah, we're okay.
Joking.
Hey,
None of this. You can't take us literal. I mean,
yeah,
you
please.
at all.
This
Never.
is all for fun.
Never.
Okay, let's segue to Transformers really quick. IDW's killing it with Transformers. New series, not new series, but new storyline. What kind of a new storyline?
Is this the same one you talked about?
Yeah.
On the first
Yeah.
podcast? Okay.
To sum up, he loves it.
It's
Yeah,
awesome. It's
yeah.
called All Hail Optimus. Coming from before we had All Hail Megatron, now we're at All Hail Optimus. Optimus is still considered public enemy number 1 to Joe Public on the Earth. So
Okay.
things
Nice.
are
Yeah.
things are ramping up really well. And Sideswipe is a character. He's back. He is cool. RC is a loose cannon. The first Fimbot is starting to do some shady stuff. We'll talk more about it
Uh-huh.
next time.
Yeah, well, we can dive definitely more into it. I know we're all getting tired and whatnot, so probably wrap this up.
Yep.
Keep an eye out. Got so many things. Please visit my YouTube channel. I put a lot of work into that. I have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good things to come out for it. Sorry, no sex videos like we were talking. That's not happening. I know you're all disappointed to see all that. Yeah, well, yeah.
Well,
But you can't see me shower with my dad on there.
Oh shoot!
Sorry, I had to go there.
That's pretty awesome.
I had to go there, or see what's under my blanket too.
Oh boy. Oh
jeez.
boy.
Oh yikes!
Yeah, yeah. So
Or his creepy white fan outside,
yeah,
and his naked Barbie dolls hanging from the ceiling.
God. No, I'm serious.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, keep an eye out for all kinds of good videos on there. I'm gonna be posting up both non-spoiler review and then a couple of days later spoiler reviews for the movies coming up and all that stuff, because it's just fun to do and kind of put it out there. Podcasts, definitely every Thursday we drop our weekly one, the Nerds of the Round Table, which is the big one that we do, which is definitely actually our regular podcasts are coming just as long as those, which was not expected.
Yeah.
Right.
But these were supposed to be the big ones. This has been going on. This is actually the same length as Wednesdays. So
Cool.
So yeah, which isn't bad. So those will be at least 3, maybe 4 times a month. There'll be special editions. There'll be the main one, stuff, whatnot. Go check out Facebook. Shoot me a tweet if you have any questions, things you want us to talk about, ideas for podcasts, whatever you want to do. I'm on Instagram. I'm even on Snapchat, which I don't really use that much, but I am on there. So also, don't forget to hit up Mr. Ryan here at...
I am at Ryan Talks Nerdy. Follow me, and I will talk nerdy at you.
Dirty. Yeah, I don't know if you scared off our audience with that.
Yeah, that's a
or
little,
if you just turned them all on.
Yeah, you might get a restraining order
A little
too,
both,
buddy.
yeah.
Yeah, so either way. And of course, Kurt here, who has blessed us with his presence again, and hopefully, he can definitely come back to some more podcasts, because
Of course.
you bring that enthusiasm in that sense.
I do what I can. I do what I
Yeah,
can.
I mean, how many?
It's all for the kids at the youth center.
How many nerds do you know that body build?
There's a few out there. I know there are.
Not
Lego
many,
bodies.
but yeah,
Real
yeah.
bodies.
Yeah, real bodies. Yeah.
I do what I
Anyways,
can, guys.
Yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, I guess. Any last final words?
Tip your waitress.
Yeah. Embrace your dorkiness, guys. That's all you got.
Unleash your inner nerd, as my slogan says.
That's what she said.
So, and with that note, thanks for showing the love and support, stopping by, checking this out, and I will see you next time. Peace.